Hello everyone, this is Stephanie, your host. Welcome to the Junior Book by Choices. This chapter is all about after a harmless prank goes horrifically awry. It's up to you to prevent the culprit from striking again. We'll see to find out. Chapter 5 Somebody that I used to know. You wake up with a dry mouth and a pounding headache. You're in Nathan's bedroom at the Alpha Themu clubhouse. After horrifying events of last night, he offered you his room when you felt too shaky and stressed out to go home. The painful memory rushed back to you. The club, Claire, and a prank gone horribly wrong. Oh no! Sitting up in bed, you reach for your phone on the nightstand. Your screen is stacked with text from Chris, wondering where you are. I forgot to text him all night. He must be word sick. You quickly type out a brief message telling him that you're alright. Uh, as you think about what else to write, your phone chimes with another incoming text.
Hey Stephanie, I'm sorry, I know it's early.
It's fine. What's up?
This is going to sound completely random, but Claire got a haircut last night. And by haircut, it means she literally cuts all her hair off. So I'm just warning people not to act shocked. And if you could tell her today how she looked good, even better.
It was supposed to be a silly prank. It was never supposed to go that far. I should tell how Claire's look. Oh my god, how she looked.
She's got the bone structure for it. No problem. It's just a bold choice. That's why I'm warning people in advance so they don't freak out. Honest though, I'm gonna tell you this because you and your friends helped me out so much last year. But I don't want this getting around, okay?
Of course.
Claire putting on a brave face, but her style change wasn't exactly planned. Don't know what happened. Heard her crying in the bathroom last night. And her parents flew in a famous NYC stylish at 4 in the morning. Maybe her Swedish root serum reacted with her maple oil conditioner from Quebec.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Why? It's not your fault. And Claire's got all her Kappa sisters behind her. In a few months, she'll laugh about this. But for now, be super nice to her if you see her, okay?
I will. Claire's lucky to have you as Kappa present this year.
Medicine was a good teacher, but thanks.
Sitting up in bed, you blink back, tears as cold. Heavy guilt squirm in your gut. Poor Claire! You get dressed and quickly as you can and head out. You make your way down to the stairs to the main floor. The third stair from the bottom gives out a loud creak.
Stephanie, is that you?
Nathan walks out of a clubhouse kitchen with a plate of scrambled eggs and hash browns. I didn't realize you'd be up.
You're. You've learned my dark secrets. I'm a insufferable morning person. I'm usually the one who makes breakfast on the weekends. Did you get sleep well?
Not really. But I appreciate you lent me your room with everything that happened that night. I just wasn't ready to go home and face things.
Oh, it's not a problem. Besides, the couches down here are pretty comfy. Do you want some breakfast?
Thanks, but I don't have much of an appetite.
Of course, last night was rough. How are you feeling?
I feel guilty. I just got a text from the president of Kappa House. Claire had to cut all her hair off last night.
Oh my god,
And it's all my fault. I should have just ignored Claire's comment last night the way I usually do. Nathan puts his plate down on a coffee table and takes you by the shoulder.
hey, look at me. This is not your fault. The prank was Bayou's idea from the start, and Claire was never supposed to have anything worse than split ends from washing the honey out. And it was Bayou who decided to go off book without telling us it's his fault. And mine.
What do you mean?
This isn't the first time Bayou taken off things too far.
Nathan heaves a deep sigh and sinks down on a nearby couch.
Bayou and when we were teenagers, our families had a summer houses in the same small town just outside of Martha's Vineyard. We were both bored, poorly supervised, and way too smart for our own good.
Sounds like a recipe for mischief.
Make that a double batch of mischief, like switching the coffee shop sugar with salt, covering the police chief's car with sticky notes.
You laugh at the colorful image in spite of yourself. What were you trying to see who could pull the silliest stunts without getting caught?
That it exactly. It was never about hurting anyone. We even made ourselves a coat of arms with the motto Asperibus Veribus sed inertia. Irritating but harmless.
So, what changed?
The summer before I left for college, we planned our biggest prank yet. Breaking into the mayor's office to replace his stuffed catfish with a singing bass.
Okay, that sounds risky. Nathan, that's breaking and entering a government building. That's serious business. Nathan laughs self deprecatingly.
If you'd been there to remind us of that.
So, how did the mayor react?
Oh, we never got within 15 feet of his catfish. We tripped like 5 alarms at once and were caught within 10 minutes. Our family smoothed things over by generously sponsoring a new gymnasium for the high school.
Wow, who knew being rich has its perks?
I know what you're thinking. My parents thought the same thing, and they made sure I understood how I'd abused the privilege I was born with. But one, but once everything was paid off and hushed up, Bayou parents acted like it never happened. They only cared about their public image.
Nathan stares down his hand, his expression troubled.
For Bayou, if his parents were going to bail him out of everything, there was no point of in restricting himself to being merely annoying. That's when he began experimenting with what could get away with and how much frustration and inconvenience he could inflict. He started by filing up that same coffee shop toilet with wet cement, and they had to close for a week.
Next, he removed the tires from the police chief car and replaced them with improperly. And next day, and the next day, leaving her with a massive repair bills.
He even stuck 1,000 plastic forks in a baseball field the night before a charity game so that it had to be cancelled.
Why are you still friends with him?
I thought I could get through to him when he enrolled at Hartfield the year after me. I didn't want him to fall in with the wrong crowd. By inviting him to join the Alphas, I thought I could show him a better way to challenge him, a way that could help people.
Nathan, you did everything you could. You gave him an honest chance, but Bayou's decisions are his own.
I guess I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him less of a jerk. The thing is, he's really turned himself around when the first he joined the Alphas. He opened up, made a better friends, participated in events. He he's amazing at planning parties. Did you know that?
I can see that creativity, preparation, attention to details, I guess, prep planning and party planning aren't that different.
Getting away from his family helped too. His mom puts a lot of pressure on him. I'm sure she'd mean well, but sorry, I know that's no excuse for the way he acts now.
I understand it can be frustrating to watch someone behave
at their worst when you've seen how good they can be at their best?
This year, though, he's been different, angrier, more secretive. I think something happened over the summer, but he won't talk to me. Even worse, I started noticing a familiar pattern with some of the vandalism that been happening on campus.
Wait, you think that could be Bayeux? Why you haven't come forward about this?
I didn't have any proof stronger than coincidence. What if it was wrong? And what if I turned on a friend for no reason? But after last night, seeing how gleeful he was about the glue, it's clearly he has fallen back in his old habits.
Nathan runs his hand through his hair, and his confident facade crumbled completely.
I just don't know what to do. A lot of younger alphas look up to Bayu. What if they started following his example? I work really hard to make Alpha Temu a welcome, beneficial group. I don't want it to be known as the evil, entitled rich kid frat.
The school has resources to report troublemakers. Chris and I did last year when one of his teammates started harassing our friends.
But I'm guessing the school didn't just take you at your word.
Well, no. We had copies of the guy's text, plus witnesses, statements from several people.
Exactly. You are backed up by hard proof and reliable testimony. With Bayou's family calling the Han family image conscious is putting it mildly. They're not above throwing their money around to keep their name clean.
But you live with a guy. You know him personally. Can't you dig up something on him?
That's living together, things goes both ways. And we know each other too well. He'd figured it out the minute I made a move. Right now, he just goes behind my back. But if he feels he's been betrayed, he might do something worse.
Maybe I can help. I could do a snooping and see if I can find any evidence of what he's done.
Stephanie, I can't ask you to do that because Bayu is my problem, not yours.
Please, I want to help. And I have plenty of investigative experience from working for the newspaper. And if I find any evidence, I can keep it in my apartment. He never has to know you're involved. Besides, I'm just doing. Bayu needs to be stopped. What happens to Claire can't happen to anyone else. I know Bayu, your friend, and I can guess at what issue he's working through. But he hurts people, and he's never going to stop if he continues to avoid consequence of his action.
You're absolutely right.
Nathan sighed.
I'm sorry, I didn't come forward about Bayou sooner. I thought I could handle this by myself, but I was wrong.
I know what it likes to feel responsible for your friend, but they have to make and pay for their own decisions.
Stephanie, I don't know what to say except thank you. You're amazing.
Nathan glanced up towards the ceiling. Everything's still quiet. On the second floor, he lowered his voice. Actually, if we want to get evidence, then maybe last night pranks might be a good place to start.
Bayou, the one who bought the glue, on the receipt should have the credit card info on it, as well as yesterday's date and time. If I distract Bayou long enough, would you be able to sneak into his room and find a glue bottle and receipt before he throws them away?
Ah, it's too risky. If I get caught, our investigation will be over before it even began. We can't risk tipping Bayou off this early.
You have a point.
Believe me, I've got my eye on him now. Between the two of us, we'll find something that sticks.
You really are a lifesaver. I'll make sure to let you know if I see Babe doing anything suspicious. But you can't tell anyone about this. Not until we have enough evidence. If word about our investigation gets out before then, Bayou's family will circle the wagon. He'll be untouchable. And if people can't blame him, they might blame the Alpha Temu instead.
I won't let that happen. You can count on me.
You look down and check the notification on your phone.
I think I'd better head home. I have some homework, and one very word significant other to apologize to.
Don't leave your painting behind.
He gestures to the painting from the night before, propped up beside the front door.
Whoa, I almost forgot about that. Thanks.
You sling your purse over one arm and carry the painting under the other. Bidding Nathan goodbye, you head back home. You sneak back to the apartment. It looks like the coast is clear. You quickly hang the painting from Nathan's on the wall. As you scramble to compose an explanation for for the event of the previous evening, you hear a door opening.
Where were you last night? Do you have any idea how worried I was?
I ran into the Alphas and ended up sleeping at their clubhouse. But I should have texted you where I was going. I am so sorry. I took the coward way out instead of staying to work things through with you. I didn't solve anything. In fact, I felt even worse.
Stephanie, I'm just glad you're okay. I'm sorry again about groceries. I kept thinking Stephanie will do it, or I don't have time. But that's not fair to you. So I decided to make time. I've scheduled an hour each week where I go through our kitchen and I can replace groceries ahead of time.
You reach out and take his hand in yours, in your own. I'm sorry too. Instead of being constructive, I sat back and let things fester until I blew up at you. That wasn't very helpful. You gesture towards a new painting. I know this doesn't quite make up for last night, but I did come bearing gifts to help brighten our place.
Whoa, that's beautiful. Where did you get it?
Um, I just kind of pick it up. I passed some guy yard sale, and I was out yesterday, and there it was. I made me think of you and how much I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Stephanie, more than words can say.
Chris draws into his arm. You rest your head against his chest and breathe in the comforting smell of his aftershave.
I love you, Stephanie. Nothing will ever change that. I mean, you're talented and dedicated, but you're also just a good person. You always do the right thing and think of others first.
You flinched. Ah,
What's wrong?
nothing. It's nothing. I love you too, Chris. I'm just going to take a shower. After you slip into your bedroom, you drag your evidence board out of the closet and take a long look at it. You know, I'm getting really sick of people who thinks they can just walk away from people they've hurt with no consequence. That driver didn't even stop to help after hitting Tyler, and Bayou ruins Claire's hair as a lark. Well, I had enough. There's plenty of room on this board for more than one investigation. You're both going down. You quickly shove the evidence board back in the closet behind a row of outfits. Sorry, board, but Nathan and the Alphas are depending on me to keep the investigation off the book. As you're dusting off your hands, your phone rings. It's Tyler.
Hi, Stephanie. Is is this a good time?
It's a good time as any. How are things?
Busy. I'm burning my way through the monster Comsci project, but Sebastian's birthday's coming up.
So soon? He never mentioned anything.
I only found out by accident that he entered his birthday to let us watch the new R-rated trailer, for Murder Model 5 on his computer. He's never had a birthday party. It kills me that he'd never had a birthday party.
Yeah, Papa Delacroix is really a piece of work.
Well, I'd like to change that. I was thinking of making special birthday surprise for Sebastian, and I could really use your help.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are you planning?
I can just tell you, but would ruin the surprise.
But how can I help if I don't know how I'm helping? Can't even give me a hint?
You'll have to trust me on this one. Come on, Steffi. Let's give Sebastian a birthday to remember.
Hmm, count me in.
You really are the best. Do you have time to come over tomorrow afternoon?
I think I can work into my schedule. Can't wait.
You arrive at Tyler's apartment the following day.
Okay, you've strung me along far enough. What surprise are you planning for Sebastian?
Tyler leads you into the living room and opens his laptop in front of you.
What would you say if I told you it involves Shakespeare?
I'd say if you're planning on hiring a bard to jump out of a giant cake, you're 400 years too old.
Ha ha ha. I mean, something involves with plays. He's Sebastian's favorite writer. I want to make a video game version of Sebastian's favorite Shakespeare play. He's got Richard III, Romeo and Juliet, and Hamlet.
What sort of a game were you thinking of making?
That's the thing. I want a game that feels with the play's story in a meaningful way. Unfortunately, Shakespeare's English in a Greek to me. I always feels like I need to a translator.
So you called me to squeeze me for my sweet English major secrets?
Something like that. At the very least, you could help me deciding which play to use.
I would make Romeo and Juliet.
There is a lot of action in Romeo and Juliet.
Depends on how define action. There's always a sword fight at least. At the end of a pretty exciting, it's race against time as Romeo fights his way through Juliet, all the while thinking she's dead. I've read the play 100 times, but it's still suspenseful. Part of me always wishes, wake up, Juliet, wake up. But ending always the same. She wakes up just as moment too late.
Oh, I can make it a time side scroller then, with Romeo racing to make it to Juliet in the crypt before the timer runs out.
It's a pretty tragic story though. Does this mean the game needs to be tragic ending too?
Only if Sebastian loses, I'll start putting together the codes. Want to help me with the dialogue?
Absolutely, the game must go on. As Tyler types away his computer, you take out your notebook and start on the outline. This is such a thoughtful thing you're doing for Sebastian. I hope he know what a great friend he has in you. Tyler face dim a little.
I'm not sure about that. We haven't as much time to hang as we used to. I kept inviting him to come with me, but when I'm hanging out at the Alphas, they move clubhouse. But something always comes up whenever I mention the Alphas. I don't know what.
Maybe he's just busy or he's not expect and especially a social person. Different people have different social energy level. The alphas are great, but they're also a lot. And Sebastian has always been a shy and awkward in crowded social situations.
That's true. It's easy to forget that because he's such a confident performer on stage. That settles it. I want this game to show him that his friendship still important to me. Planning on having a small get together this weekend to give Sebastian his game in person. Do you wanna come?
I would love to. So that weekend, when Sebastian arrives, you, Tyler, Abby, and the rest of your group greets him with a chorus of noisemakers. Happy birthday, Sebastian!
I hope you like cake.
Don't forget presents.
And many happy returns. You all remembered? I know it's not how you usually do birthdays, but college is all about trying new things, right? This is something I definitely want to try.
As Abby doles out slices of chocolate cake, Tyler steers Sebastian towards his laptop, set up on the coffee table, and hands him a wireless controller.
I know Hamlet said the thing, but Stephanie and I made a thing you can play. But that sounded more clever in my head. I thought it was funny.
A monitor lights up, and the words Romeo and Juliet splashes across the screen.
Tyler, you made this incredible. I could have done it without Stephanie's help.
I wherefore Tyler did. As Sebastian works the controller, you and your friends cheers as Culprit fixated Romeo and Juliet across the screen, jumping in guardsmen and collecting power-ups.
Go Romeo, go Romeo. You're running out of time.
Romeo reaches Juliet's grip with 10 seconds left on the timer.
What are you going to do? Take the poison or let Juliet wake up?
Sorry, Shakespeare.
Sebastian lets the timer run out and let Juliet wake up, reuniting with Romeo in a storm of animated hearts. You win. Sebastian pulls the controller down, an enormous smile on his face.
That was tremendous fun. I don't know what to say.
I hope this changes the idea of birthdays to you, or show how much Tyler cares about you. Don't ruin Shakespeare for you.
That was never in doubt. I know I've been hanging out with some new friends this year. I don't just want you to felt left out. I might take us different directions sometimes, but you're always willing to make time for me, as I am for you. You shouldn't worry about making plans without me. For instance, when I'm the last you made a romantic plan with Abby.
Right. Oh, call out.
Hey,
Everyone laughs and digs into their cake as the evening stretch out. Now, the next few weeks passes in a blur. Soon it's the day of the heartfelt night home game against the bitter rival, the Templeford Templar. According to Chris, the scout for the Nightingale will be hand to observe the night in action. As you rush towards the football field, you pass by a familiar figure and do double takes. Claire, is that you?
What else would it be?
I almost didn't recognize you.
Haven't you been following my pictogram? Long hair is so last century.
When Claire runs a hand through her pixie cut, her fingers linger as the air as if it's still not used to how the short her new style is.
Oh, I love the new look.
It's adorable, really.
Yeah, I just looked in the mirror and one night and realized I had to cut it all of it.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Ah,
Claire leans in your practically nose to nose.
I may not have any proof, but I know I was it was behind that little stunt with the glue. You must think I'm pretty stupid.
Claire, I didn't mean to.
Ah, spare me the dramatics. You may have everyone else convinced you're a heartfelt guardian angel, but now I know who's the real Stephanie is.
It's not like that.
Just just know you'll never had witch hunt in charge with the owls. You're just another one of their flying monkeys.
Before you have a chance to respond, she turns on her heels and marches away. You shaken, you continue on your way to the football field where you can hear people cheering. However, you soon realize it was not cheering, but shouting. You spot someone's running towards you. It's Zach. His heartfelt night pentant flapping flimmy in his hand. Zach, what's going on?
Where are forks? It's all forks.
What?
Someone vandalized the entire football field with forks. There's no way anyone can play on it now.
Oh my god. I know who's this plan in the first place. I know who the person behind it. Might be Bayu. Not even Sebastian can do this. Who vandalized the football field and what will the mean for Chris and the team? Find out in the next time on the junior. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I'll make summarize. You just found it the hard way for staying the night before at the Alpha's clubhouse that there's like this dark look on Bayu's face because he has done that before. According to Nathan. So anyway, you had the hard talk and you also helped Tyler to get the best present for Sebastian about a game of video games related to play and poetry. But you got to face with Claire. Claire thinks that you're not as a guardian angel, but now she's blaming you what happened to her hair. Anyway, and now there's like forks everywhere at the football field. I know who or made a prank. Is it Bayu for sure? Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Please like and make comment. And most of all, subscribe. Thank you for watching my videos and have a good day.